Welcome to week 3 of the Bulgarian Method. I'm going to talk less about what I'm actually doing in the videos and more about the program and my accessories, so you can just look at the videos as I'm talking. I will mention that in the next video for day 2, it was Independence Day, and there were no gyms open, so I had to go in early with some of the grad students, and this threw off a lot of my lifting that day, so I didn't hit very good numbers. But like I said in the previous video, the main point of the Bulgarian Method is not to hit an actual good number every day. It's just to hit a heavy set for the squat or bench press every day. So it doesn't have to be a max attempt every day. You just have to at least hit the daily minimum. And even though this day here was bad for me, I still hit over my daily minimum, just not as much as I am used to doing for the other days. I also started having some extreme pain in my left hand not as much during squat, but mostly during bench. And so I think it's from jamming my thumb a few years ago and having all that weight sitting in the middle of my palm. So what I started to do that has helped slightly is really massaging out the base of my thumb before I do my heavy bench presses, and it's gotten better since this day. So now for my accessories. So 2 days a week I will do overhead press and chin-ups. 2 days a week I will do barbell rows and hammer curls, and 2 days a week I'll do sumo deadlift. The way I started out with this was I would do the sumo deadlift at 70% and 85%. The problem with this was that it's hard to progress after 85%. Like, I like to add 5 pounds every week, and when you start to get 85%, it's hard to go that. So I think I'm either going to cut out the 85% or drop it down to like 80% and work up to 85%. The other 4 accessories I chose based on weaknesses and injury prevention. The overhead press for shoulders, the barbell rows for upper back, and then the chin-ups for back and biceps, and then the hammer curls obviously for biceps. And the biceps is mainly for the injury prevention, because I've seen and experienced that when I do more curls, which up until recently I haven't done very many at all, it helps with my elbow pain, especially my left elbow that I get from squat, and so it doesn't bother my squat and bench as much if I do more curls. This day on day 3, I also fixed my lateral pelvic tilt a lot more, and here I'll show pictures of what it looked like before, and that's what it looked like before last week, and here in a second you'll see what it looks like after now, and my right hip has come down a lot more. The offset isn't nearly as much, and I did this because I feel like it was throwing off my squat technique a lot. Like, I was able to squat decently. I hit that PR the day before, and then I came back in and hit 505 because I had fixed my lateral hip shift, and I felt really unstable, but I still was able to get up to 505. And even though that in the short term it didn't help my squat, I feel like soon it'll even out, and I'll get more used to the pattern of having normal hips. Obviously, having level hips is more important than just for squat, and I've noticed that it's mainly from the way like I stand or sit while I'm in the car, and so I've worked on not sitting in that slouch to that side, which makes that side tighter and brings the hip up. And now that I've fixed it, I can definitely see that my hips are level and that my stance is different. I can also walk much easier without having my right foot swing out because of my tight hip on that side, and it's just been getting used to it again. It's almost like I forgot how to have normal hips, because I've had like this for so long. I've squatted this way for so long, and I've noticed that my right foot when I squat has always been turned out way more and slightly behind my left leg to feel comfortable. If anyone is interested in how to fix lateral pelvic tilt, I could do a video on that, or mention it in the comments, or reference videos that I found, but I mainly did it by researching online and then finding spots on myself that were trigger points that would release my spine and pelvis. I also found this area was a big reason for people having lower back pain, and I also had some lower back pain, especially while I benched and during my arch. I'd feel like my spine was tilted. So after I fixed this, my lower back pain went away completely, and now I feel way better. So I highly recommend it if anybody's interested.